placed in the drive or created in the drive. Right below it is shared with me, what other people have shared with you. And if you click on it, there's a lot of stuff the district has shared with you that you may not even know. And then you have your other little things like Google Photos. If you have Google Drive attached to your phone, whenever you take a picture, it automatically adds it to the photos. Recent, the things you've looked at most recently or created. Starred, whatever you star, it'll take it there. It's kind of like favorites. And then trash. Whenever you delete anything, it puts it in the trash. It holds it there for 60 days. And if you don't go back in and untrash it, it'll get rid of it forever. So anything you do delete will stay in trash for 60 days. So if you accidentally delete something, it's already there. Now, one of the most useful things about Drive is the ability to share with other people. And so if you're a teacher or you're a secretary or you work in a department, one of the most powerful things that Drive can do for you is allow you all to work on a very similar document without having to have multiple copies. One of the most troublesome things that I had when I first started teaching was that somebody would create a lab and then a teacher would grab it and then make lab version 2 and then lab version 3 and then lab version 4. And we didn't know which version was whose version and who made what changes to what. With Google Drive, with Google Docs, it tells you exactly what changes were made and who they were made by, when they were made. So sharing is great in Google Drive. I want to show you how to share a folder first. Because by sharing a folder, anything you place in that folder automatically gets shared with the people you want it to be shared with. So you don't have to individually share each document. So to do that, we're going to click on the New button. It's the red button in the upper corner. And we're going to select Folder. That's the very first option that it gives us. And it's going to ask us to name this folder. So I'm just going to name it November 17th, because that's today's date. If you could name it My First Folder, you can name it, you know, whatever you want. And I'm going to hit Create. And notice it places it right there. So at this moment, it's only mine. I haven't shared it with anybody at this point. What you want to do is right-click on it, and it brings up this menu right here. And you're going to click on the little person with a plus next to it. And you're going to share it right here with other people. And notice, it always defaults to Can Edit. If you leave it at that, that means anything you place in this folder, other people can see that you've shared it with, but they can also edit these documents. If you only want them to be able to view those documents, you would change it to Can View. That's the only difference. So it's all dependent upon what you want these people to do with these documents. I'm going to go ahead and click Can View or Can Edit. And I'm going to start typing in somebody's name. Now, the great thing about this is it's in our Apps account. That stands for Google Apps for Education. That means every single teacher's email is already populated in there. So you just start typing the person's name and it will appear. So since I share a lot of stuff with our anatomy teacher up at Buchanan, his name pops up. But I also share a lot of stuff with Debbie, so her name pops up. But even if it was somebody else that I'd never shared with, it'll start popping up. I'm going to go ahead and share it with Debbie just because she's here. Now notice her name pops up and her picture because she already has one associated with it. And so you know that it's working, and I click on Send. Now you'll see this little icon goes from no little person, now I have a little person in there. So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to share this folder with somebody that you work with. Anybody at your school, anybody in your department, just share it with somebody. And even if they're not here, they'll have a little surprise when they log into their Google account. Just a little folder.
Can you share it with students, or is that where the Google Classroom comes in?
You could share it with students, and this is what teachers used to do before Google Classroom. they'd have a shared folder, and they drag and drop assignments, and they'd have it to CanView, and the kids would go in there, and they'd copy it, and then there's a lot of extra work. Now Google Classroom is straight up share, and boom, every single kid gets an exact copy of what you want to share. And it automatically shares with the teacher and the student. So Google Classroom does it all for you. This was the old way of doing it. You can use Google Classroom for professional development as well, and within a department. And if you do come to my training, not this Monday, but next Monday when we do Google Classroom, I'll show how it can be used not only as a classroom share folder, but also as a department share folder as well. But this is a great way to keep all your documents within your department right there. Now, if I double click on it, notice it takes me my drive into that folder. Anything I place in this folder, anything that I create in this folder will be shared with whoever I've shared the folder with. Now, you could create a folder that's not shared with anybody and then individually set shared settings to your documents. You could do it that way. Or, since right now the folder is shared with me and Debbie, I can then add individually to the documents we create separate people we want to share. So it's all depending upon who you want to share with and who do you want to have access to your files. But that's the most important thing that Google does, is it allows the sharing of documents and the online collaborative world of your documents. The great thing is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open up a single document that we're all going to be working on, so at the same time, so you can kind of see what it will do. So I'm going to open up my classroom. Yes, question.
Yeah, when I shared it with somebody at my work, I don't see her picture.
That means she doesn't have a picture added onto her account.
Oh.
So it might just be a blue circle or a gray circle.
I don't have any.
So you have initials like mine have.
Or
I don't have initial and another initial and the first name for the people.
So we'll go back to the you know, it shows us somebody on this one.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I know. You have the pictures in my job.
Oh, that's you.
It says that I shared it. I think you shared it.
Well, we know it's shared, so we
Oh,
definitely.
Because it says share.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know why the little things right here's not popping up, but it is shared. Oh yeah, click on the.
Thank you.
So now it should hit that. Now you're gonna double click on it. So now you're in the folder. Yeah, now you're in the folder.
Thank you. Yeah.
So this is like creating a folder on your desktop and clicking on the folder and getting into that folder. So it's the exact same thing, except you can access these files from anywhere. You can access them from your phone. You can access them from your desktop, your laptop, your tablet. As long as you have your school password, you can access these files from anywhere. That's the great thing about cloud computing, is you don't have, it's not in one location. It's everywhere. Especially when you start using Google Classroom, if you are a teacher or you are somebody like a secretary in a department, you can get all of your documents and update the documents while you're sitting in the doctor's office waiting for an appointment. You don't have to have a whole laptop. You can just do it right on your phone. So, and they've been making it easier and easier to do this. What I want, question.
Sorry, the classroom code again.
Oh, it's a 2BQ. Oh, I'm completely off. BCG 3BQ. All right. Now there's two ways to create a Google Doc, and I want to show you both ways to create a Google Doc. Okay. The first way is the most common way, and that is to click New. And then go down to Google Docs. The Google Docs icon is a blue piece of paper with one with the right side folded down, kind of earmarked. And if you click on it, it'll tell you You are creating a new document in a shared folder. Is this okay? Yes, it is okay. And so this document is now created, and I'm going to title it November 17th. That's the only thing I have to do to title it. I go up to the name, click on it, change the title. Now the title is changed. And it's, if I go back to my thing, boom, look, it's right there. I don't have to move it there. I don't have to place it there. It automatically creates it and places it right in the folder that I want. And in fact, since this folder is shared with Debbie, Debbie could actually go into her drive right now, see there's a new folder, see there's a new document, click on it, and she could start typing while I'm here. And you'll know that she joins because in the upper corner right here, you'll see her face appear. If it's somebody else that doesn't have a picture, it'll have their first initial appear right there. And then we can start typing at the exact same time. It's a great way to brainstorm in a department without sticky notes. I know that when we have department meetings, everybody puts their sticky notes and they have to put, this eliminates sticky notes because you can all type wherever you want.
So we don't have to name it the same thing as the folder.
Correct. I just named it just so
Whatever.
I'm doing this because I have so many files in my drive.
Yeah.
When this is over, I'm going to type November 17th and delete everything titled November 17th, just so I don't have my drive all cluttered up. Because I used to do it my first Google Doc, and then I ended up with like 20 my first Google Docs. And so I just see, but there's Debbie. See, Debbie appeared right there. I know she's on here, and she's typing right up here. And she's given her own specific color. And I can come down here. I can start typing. I'm given my own specific color. This is because when edits are made, if I come over to File, and there's Revision History, I can see right here, whoops, who made edits at what time. And if I backtrack, this Debbie is purple, and so it highlights what she did. And then if I go up to me, I'm green, and it highlights what I did. So you know exactly who made the edits and where they made the edits. So if you have a student who's doing this and you're having them work tandemly on a paper, and one of the kids says, he's not doing anything. He's like, I did everything. Well, let's check the revision history. Look, your name doesn't pop up anywhere. You did nothing.
Can Debbie erase what you wrote?
She can.
Okay.
And so she can come in there and delete it. And then it would show that she deleted this at this specific time. And if I didn't like it, I can go back and restore my original version. So you can kind of see in the classroom how kids are like, delete this. No, I want that. And then it's, so that's when, so, and then I'll exit my revision history. That's when you would bring up the little chat box. And you'd say, hey, stop deleting my stuff right down here in this little chat box. So I love my students communicating through the computer. In my science class, we're all computer now in our science class. It's mostly completely silent, and they're all just typing away, and they're chatting. We have access to all these chats that they're doing. So I can go in and look at their chats and be like, look, that's not what we're chatting about, that type of thing. But it's a great way for the kids to really get involved in their papers, type them up. And then as the teacher, I can actually come in, highlight this, and right up here, there's a little, it looks like a little comment window, and it is. I can come up here, and I can leave a little comment. Highlight it for whoever shows up next and tells you what the comment is. So it's great for English teachers to come in and, you know, leave comments, grade papers and stuff like that. But this is just the basics, right? But what else can Google do? And that's what everybody always says. Oh, great, it can share. Oh, great, 2 people can type at once. But what else can Google do? This is what this session is about. This is stuff that I wish I had in college, and our kids have them in 3rd grade. Okay, one of the worst things I had in college was needing to buy that $80 book that told me how to write in Chicago style, APA style, all these different styles. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Well, Google has changed the game a little bit. If you go up to tools, up at the very top, there's tools. Is it tools? Hold on. I thought it was there. And research. Tools and research. If you click on research, you get this whole thing off to the side. You can do a whole search. Just like you would go to google.com and start doing research, this does the research for you. Now, it gives you multiple options. So let me show you the options. You can click on everything. This will do a normal like google.com search. You can click on images and it'll only bring up images. Scholar, it'll only search scholarly articles that have been peer reviewed. So nothing like Wikipedia. Quotes, dictionary, and even tables. If you wanted them to actually do research and they found a table of data, they can actually import that complete table over. But here's the great thing. Let's say it's Einstein. Brings up all of his quotes. Debbie, put stuff in. All I have to do, come over here where it says insert. So I want to put it right there. Click on insert. Insert the quote. You see where it says to? Put it down here at the footer. Does the footer for you automatically in the correct format that you want. You can always bring this little arrow down and it says MLA, APA, or Chicago. How do you want your footers to be cited?
Where is that arrow?
At the very top, there's a little tiny arrow right here. Right there, there's a little tiny arrow. You click on it, it brings that up. There are little things that Google doesn't promote. In fact, if you're not in education or in a business, people don't know that Google does these things. I mean, I talk to my friends who are pretty smart people, and I say, hey, do you use Google? Yeah, to search. Well, you use Google Docs? What's that? All they know is it searches, and they know that it has Gmail. They don't know it has all of these things. I mean, the kids in college now have it super easy. Right? It helps them out with plagiarism because now it's everything's cited. And it's super easy for the kids now. And as Debbie showed you, it allows the same thing with pictures, right? So I can go to images. I still have the same search of Einstein. There's the images. All I have to do is grab it, drag it, it posts it, puts a little number, and boom, down here. And it's done. Simple as that. Okay, what about tables? Did Einstein create any tables of data? Yeah, he did. And so you can just cite the table right there. So where you found all the information, you'd cite the table, and it creates a link right to the table you're citing. Does it all for you. But wait, there's more. Because this is the stuff that's already in Google, right? Research is already in there. It affects more than 1 billion people, so Google says we're going to keep it in our normal routine. The other stuff is called add-ons. Add-ons are things that only affect certain groups of people, so they're only going to give it as an option for whoever wants to add it on. And so an add-on that you would want if you're writing a paper, and so the add-ons are found right up here by tools and table. It's called add-ons. Click on it, And see, I already have lots of my add-ons that I want to show you. They're all right here. But to get them, you're going to click on Get Add-ons. But I want to show you a couple first, and then I'm going to have you play around with them. Okay, so first one. EasyBib. EasyBib creates a bibliography for you. So after you have gone down here and cited your stuff, paste it in. Oh, website. Oh. There we go. And all you have to do is type in the website. Or book or journal article. And it adds it and creates your own bibliography when you're done. And it will do it in any style that you want. MLA, APA, Chicago, biotech, bull. I don't even know what these other ones are. I didn't even know there's this many different styles you can put it in. And then when you're done, you just click Add Bibliography to your document, and boom, bibliography. It does it all for you. EasyBib. Now, what I would like EasyBib to do, I mean, hopefully it'd be easy for them, is after you create all your footers, it just reads your footers and then creates the bibliography out of the footers. It doesn't do it. You have to grab your footers, then copy, paste. But it's still way easier than it used to be. So that one is called EasyBib. Now, the next one I wanted to show you. Let me get rid of all these research. Normally, like I showed you up here, that I can highlight, click on the little comment button, and then leave a comment. The next time somebody shows up, they'll see the comment and they can fix it. But there's a brand new add-on called Calenza. This is what Calenza does. It asks, for this document, are you giving feedback or receiving feedback? I'm giving feedback. And then who's receiving the feedback? Well, and it notices there's two people. So I'm going to say that Debbie is receiving it. I'm going to hit continue. All I have to do is this. Highlight, click add new feedback, and I can leave voice feedback. That's a very good quote. I think you should keep it in the paper. And so when Debbie joins and sees, she'll hear this. And so it's voice feedback now. So as a teacher or as, a secretary or as anybody, instead of leaving comments all over the paper, highlight voice, highlight voice, highlight voice. Just makes it easier for the teacher. You can still leave a quote right there, and you can also change the color of the feedback. Like red could mean super urgent, green can mean this is ready to go and change, yellow can mean hey, whatever you want to leave the colors as, and that's what it does. It'll change the colors to whatever you want. Okay, and so that's called Calenza. And all these are going to be placed in Google Classroom. So don't feel like you're going to have to rush and copy all these down. I'm going to place it all in Google Classroom, and it'll be a one-click for you. You click, it'll say, do you want this? You click yes, and boom, it puts it right in your Google Docs for you to use whenever you want. And I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to have you play around and find some. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a shared document for all of us. And all the cool things you find, you're going to place in there. Say, hey, I like this. This is what it does. Hey, I like this. This is what it does. Just so you can see the sharing and the collaboration going through. I want to show you clip art. So this gives you the largest free clip art search anywhere. And it's all open source, Creative Commons, free to use. And you can search to see football. And you can tell it's not from America because you get all the soccer popping up. But you just click on it, drag it, drop it. And now you have free clip art to use within your document. This is great for any age level when they're creating reports, but it's also great for creating newsletters for your class, creating newsletters for your department, newsletters for your school, because you don't have to go around searching for clip art to use. It's already there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in, let me see, My Drive, new, Google Docs. Yes. And I'm going to call this add-on share. I create an assignment with no due date in Classroom. And we're all going to be able to edit it at the same time. Here we go. So in your classroom, you'll see a file. You open up the document. It'll say add-on share document. You click on it. It'll show your file. Click on that, and everybody can edit it at the exact same time. You all have editable rights to it. And so you're going to find add-ons in the documents and say, hey, I found this add-on. This is what it does. This is what I like it to do. We're going to play around. We're going to search, and we're going to find some add-ons for our Google Drive. And I'm going to place in the first ones for us so that you have links to everything. As you can see, if you're in the document, you see that I've added a link, EasyBib. And if you click on it, it'll take you right to where you click on it, and you click on add, and boom, then you'll have it accessible to all of your documents.
How much was your access again?
So in Google Classroom?
Oh, Google Classroom.
Yeah, so you should have that already open right here.
Oh, thank you.
And then click on show. You see the newest. There we go. Add share document. Just click that.
Yeah, I know, apparently not.
And then just click right there. There you go. And now you're in there. You can add anything you want. You can type. You guys can chat with each other by clicking on the little chat feature in the upper right corner.
Where?
Oh, trainings.
Click there, and you can start chatting with everybody down here.
Okay.
Is it live chat?
It's live chat.
So you just type and that's it.
Mhm.
It's really exciting.
And then if you want to click on the little chat there, you can start talking with everybody and
So many decisions.
there's and then just click right here, add and share document.
It's easy. Okay, it's analysis.
Easy bit. But if you open up a new tab, that was fine. And then click up here and type in classroom.google.com.
Take this off.
Mhm.
Classroom.
Here you go. I think two, yeah. Google.com and then enter. Click on the tip trainings. And click on the add-on share document. And then now you're in here with all of us. And so that's there, and you can click right here, the little chat window there, and you can talk to everybody.
So if I wanna, if I got the thesaurus, how do I put it on here?
So what you do, under add-ons, you would get add-on. And this is the source, and you go to the share button, click on the link, and just copy the link, so Control C. And then in the documents, type, see how everybody's got little things on there to go? So you can push them down and type in thesaurus.
Right.
It's okay, and then it'll now highlight it. And then click on the little link button. And then just hit Control V. And then now you have access to the thesaurus.
So let me show you, and let me show you how I linked this so that you can help everybody else out when you find new things. So all I did to add here was I went to add-ons and I went to get add-on. And let's say I want to put in that Kazina. I typed it in and there it is. But I want to share it with you. I want to share the link to you so you don't have to go searching for it. So I'm going to click on the Universal Share tab. It looks like this. I'm going to click on it. And how do I want to share it? Google Plus. Nobody does that anymore. So don't worry about that. Gmail, I don't want to mail it to you. I want to share the link. So I'm going to click on the link. And when I click on the link, it brings it up right down here. All I do is right click or Control C to copy. And I'm going to type here AAZ, AAIZENA. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to click on the little link up at the top, like a chain link, and Control and apply. Now, whoever clicks on that link, it'll take you right there to get it. And I'll put the clip art one up there as well. There you go. So we have EasyBib there. We have a thesaurus. We have the Caenza. We have clip art. Some other ones that we have, a proofread by Wordy. And we have 2 more Caenzas right up here. I want to show you one that Debbie sent me the other day. And this is great to see if you're, this is mainly for if you're writing long papers or you're doing like something for your school that's going to be more than 1 or 2 pages. But the add-on is called Text Help. No, that's the highlighter. Easy Scholar, SAS Writing Reviser. And for a lot of these, it'll ask you to log in. The great thing is you don't have to log into anything because you're in Google already. So all you do is click log in. You're like, wait a minute, I don't have a It doesn't ask for that. It knows you belong to Google. It attaches itself to your Google account, so it doesn't need to create anything for you. But the great thing about it is if you're an English teacher, you may know what some of these things are, but wordiness, are you using the same word too many times? It'll search to see if you have any words being used multiple times and show you how to change them. Repeated words. Are you repeating words throughout? Sentence variety. Simple sentences, fragments, and run-on sentences, subject-verb openings. I don't even know what all these things are, but it checks on it for you. It searches the entire document to see if you have any of these. A great one that I was looking at the other day, I'm like, how the heck does it know about this? Cliches and jargon. It searches your whole paper for your use of cliches and jargon. It's great. Debbie sent me this on Friday, and I looked it up over the weekend. It's great for dissertations and for proposals and just anything that's going to be a long process where you can be just droning on forever and ever. It can catch all those things for you. And that's the SAS Writing Reviser. So I'll put that in as well, unless somebody else has already done it. Nope. So I'll go ahead and do that. I want to show you another one that I just discovered a few weeks ago. If you like creating like flow charts, but you also take notes like this using bullet points, there's one called MindMeister. So let's say that I wanted to talk about Google, and in Google there's Google Docs, and then under Google Docs there's add-ons. If I wanted to, all I do is highlight all of those things together, and then my add-on called MindMeister takes a look at all of my bullet points and actually turns them in to a chart already with a mind map, Google, and then Docs, and then add-ons, and it would even spread those off even more. And so you can have your students or your department create a tree of everything that's important, highlight it all, click MindMeister, and boom, it turns it in to a picture all ready to go for you. So it's one of those things when people say, well, I don't use Google because Google can't do this. I go, but it can. Let me show you. You give me a half hour, I will blow your mind with all the things that Google can do. Okay, so that's MindMeister. If you like to make your own little charts, there's another one called Lucidcharts. And it brings up a little side panel just like it would for your research. And you can all have diagrams you've already created. So let me show you one that I've already created. Here's a beautiful organization chart. I click on it. It shows it right here. I go to Insert. And boom, it puts my chart that I made earlier already in there. But if you wanted to create a brand new one, you click on Create. Opens up the Lucidchart options. Let's say I want the flow chart. It allows you to create any chart that you want. It allows you to add on things, all these things that you want. Change the size, put in your text, do whatever you want. And then as soon as you're done, click Save and Close. And boom, there it is. And I can just move it over to my document. And it's right there. So now you have flowcharts that can be easily brought over into your Google Docs. I'll put those in there as well. It's MindMeister and Lucidcharts. And let's say you start turning into a Google Master and all of your teachers like, oh, where do I find that? Where do I do that? You don't always have to go to add-ons and go to get add-ons to find it again. Just go to manage add-ons and go, fine, I'll email it to you. And then go, this is the one that I want. It's the highlighting tool. Click there, there's your link. Or click there, there's your Gmail. So you can easily send them. This is what I was talking about. Boom, there it is. And so you don't have to go searching for it. So here's Lucidchart. So let me copy that link, Control C. And then MindMeister right here. When I found that MindMeister, I was like, that is it. Because I do lots of notes in that fashion. And then when I was taking my notes and then I was able to put it into this MindMeister, I can actually, everything became a lot more clear on what I was typing. So it's a great visual for a lot of different things. That's going to be in there as well. Notice we're all creating a sheet that we can all work on. And you can all access it whenever you want. And you can come back in here and go, I want to see that thesaurus again. And boom, there it is. And notice we've been working on this for less than 15 minutes, and you have a huge sheet that you can share with your fellow teachers tomorrow if you wanted to. I find this to be a much more productive way of doing professional development than Post-it notes or bringing everybody together and showing them a PowerPoint. If your site is big into Microsoft, then you can use OneNote. OneNote does a great job at bringing everything together in one area as well. We're gonna, I think, is it next month or in January? We're gonna start doing a lot of Microsoft sessions. January. So if you're into Microsoft and you're like, well, Google's all well and good, but I'm a Microsoft person, then come to some of the January sessions on OneNote. There's a lot of cool stuff that OneNote's doing as well. Did we already order all of our capes? I was going to say we can order a few extra and throw them out to people. Yeah. All right, so that's all the cool things that you can add to Google Docs. But even after showing all of this stuff, I still get teachers or people that say, yeah, but they don't give me, the resume template that I like, or they don't give me this template that I like. I go, oh, it doesn't. Yes, it does. There's a little button in the upper right-hand corner. Let me hit close on this. There's a little button in the upper right-hand corner that looks like it's just a placeholder. It looks like it's just telling you you have a Google Doc. That's an actual button. And if you click on that button, it brings up all of the different pre-made formats that you'd ever want. And people don't know about this. Why? Because Google doesn't promote this stuff. They don't get paid for it. They don't put it on commercials. So they're not going out there telling people. They ask the teachers that know how to use it to promote it for them because it works. And so you have all these educational things, class notes, reports, all these different things that you can have already pre-made for you right there. But once again, Microsoft has about 1,000 and Google has about 35, 40. What if you want more? What if you want more templates? Well, let me show you. We go back into our Google Drive. So remember, these are our Google documents that are located in our Google Drive. So if we go back to our Google Drive, once again, up in the upper left corner, there's our big red button where it says New. And that's where we originally got to our Google Docs. But there's a very peculiar option that says More that a lot of people don't scroll down to. It opens up a huge world of possibilities. And for you, you may not have all of these because these are add-on apps. These are more apps that you can add on to Google. Let me make this smaller so I can go down. Here we go. If you go down to the button that says Connect More Apps, hold on, it's not showing you. Connect More Apps. It will bring up a whole bunch more apps. Now, this is where people start getting confused. What's the difference between an app and an add-on? An add-on is an app within an app. So you have your application, your Google Docs, and this is an add-on to that application. These are extra applications. So these are other things that Google can do. So one that I would like you to grab, because this is what everybody wants, is templates. you'll see where it says, that should be the very first thing that pops up. Drive template gallery. That's good. And then hit connect. The other one I want you to click on is Office templates. It'll turn any Microsoft Office template into a Google template. So now you're not strangleholded by, well, Google doesn't have all the templates that I like. You can grab any template that you want. So those are the two that I want you to grab. The Drive template gallery and the Office template gallery. And all you have to do is click on the plus connect button. Okay, so to get back there again, so we are in our Google Drive. I think it was in the farthest right hand. And then in Google Drive, you click on the red new button. And then you scroll down to where it says more. And then you go all the way down to where it says connect more apps. And then in the search feature, you type in templates. And the two that I want you to click on are Drive template gallery and Office templates to Google. So now I want to show you what this does. This now gives you more an option. It says from template. From template. So click on that. And you should be on a screen that looks something similar to that. Yes, so you want to go to public templates. Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
There we go. I'm going to add that one to the office.
Okay.
You're the, you did perfect. Hit the X.
So just.
Actually, click on this one too. I'm going to do that one next.
Any other.
I'll put X up there. No, just hit OK. So next. And then you click on new, more. And now you should have a new one that says templates. And then.
All right, so it defaults you to the Clovis template. So these are templates that people in Clovis Unified have made and uploaded to the gallery. But there's a lot more found under public. So instead of Clovis, you click on public. And now you can download any templates for any type of situation. So type in resume. I typed that in wrong. Look, I typed in resume and it brings up tons of already pre-made resume templates. All pre-made. Let's say we want to do a report. It brings up a whole bunch of report templates. Now, the blue doc icon, it'll make it into a Google Doc. The green is like Excel. It's Google Sheets. It brings up like an Excel sheet, all pre-made with formulas already in there for you, all of it. Okay? And then there's another one that's yellow that would be Google Slides like PowerPoint. But expense report, professional. If you use this template, I can hit preview, and it'll bring up a preview of what it looks like. But this is all pre-made, all the cells are already formulated for you, and all you do is type it in. It's already done. And once again, it's one of these things that people don't know about because nobody's ever showed them, and Google doesn't promote it. It's just out there. If you, let's say you're teaching your kids about the United States. All these pre-made maps. This one right here is Google Drawing. It's an actual drawing program that Google has. These states are all movable. So you as the teacher can move them all away and have the kids bring them back into place. Or underneath, you can have a little text box that has a little, what is the state's name? And they move it and they can kind of quiz themselves on it. There's tons of things that you can do with these already pre-made. And the crazy thing about it is they made these cutouts all by hand. Somebody sat there and literally took a line and made every state by hand because that's the only way you can do it in Google Drawing. But you don't have to. It's already done for you. And if you want to grab it, all you have to do, so let's say I want to use this one. I click on Use Template. It automatically installs it into my Google Drive. It's done. And now I can come in here and look, move California out of the way. Bring it back. Move Oregon out of the way. Bring it back. I can come in here and put a little text box right here. I can tell it to move it to the back. And now Oregon's behind. And the kids will be, what state is that? I don't know. Whoops, wrong. I moved the whole thing. Hold on. Oh, it went behind the whole thing. There he is. Let me move it forward just a little bit. Bring forward one. Perfect. I've never moved the shadow before. I didn't know the shadow was movable too. But it's just somebody actually sat here. See all the little dots? They actually, because you can move the dots and change the shape. They actually moved they started off with a square and moved every little dot to make Oregon. But you don't have to. Somebody already did it for you. So there you go. You can put the little thing behind it and move it around. Some teachers actually link this to Oregon, the Oregon state. So now when the kids come in here, they click on it, and it'll take them right to Oregon.gov, and they can see what everything is in there. So it turns it into a interactive map that the kids can use. And finally, the last one is the office templates. You can have a template already made up. It'll ask you, where's your template? Is it in your drive? Where's it at? And you can grab the template and convert it over to a Google document. I don't like this as much as the template gallery because it can get a little bit cumbersome, but it gives you that option. So play around in the template gallery to see if there was ever a template you ever wanted to use in Google, and use it. I'd say steal it, but it's not stealing because it's free. It's out there for you guys to use. And once again, all you do is once you find the one you want, you can click on preview to see what it looks like. And then if that's the one you want, you click on use this template. And guess where it places it? Right in your Google Drive.
Can you show one more time where you did the sentence, because I got lost.
Sure, absolutely. So under my drive, I clicked on new. And under new, I clicked on more. And have you grabbed the template application yet?
Yes.
Okay. And so under here, you would go to where it says from template.
Okay. I could not figure out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last one I wanted to show you from here is there's one called Pixlr Editor. So if you ever wanted to have kind of like a Photoshop, but all online and not take up any space on your computer, there's one called Pixlr Editor. And it looks just like Adobe Photoshop, but it's all online. It doesn't take up any space on your computer, and it saves everything to your Google Drive.
What's the difference between that and Pixlr Express? Can't do as much.
Yeah, I've never used Pixlr Express.
Well, that's just, you know, like Instagram, where it just changes the, yeah. It'll change like the color hue and stuff. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to raise your hand or yell it out, shout it out, call me over. And I do encourage you to play around. Go into there and look for more apps and find the more apps that you might want to be able to use and play around with.
Oh, it's right there.
And then you went to from template.
Oh, you know why? You're using it. Let's try that one more time. Oh, it's right.
No, wait, no, okay. Yeah, yeah, so what?
You just wait for that to finish up and then it pops up and says.
No, I know, but there's, oh, there it is, okay.
You're doing everything correctly.
There's no more.
But if you want to go to more now, and perhaps. This is really interesting, but how do you know that everything on your state? So I guess it's all in the cloud.
Ah, so it's not really affecting you.
To Chrome, right?
Okay.
You can save it on your desktop.
Should work perfect.
You save it in the drive, it's not on it.
Try it on there, see if it works on there. If it doesn't, that's good. What brand is it?
So why don't you go and finish that?
Yes. I don't actually. I wasn't sure what spelled. Yeah. Oh, it depends on what you're searching for.
Because I have all this stuff, I have to put it on storage if you want to find them.
There's only 12. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there were only 12.
Something good is when because then you're gonna forget what was recent.
I just recording it, you
Yeah, I would.
because
You know, it might be that it's not on its own, it's not on its own page. Let's try that. So let's just hit control, copy that whole thing.
So definitely.
Go back to.
Yeah.
The program is on your computer, it's all on there. But you can add it to any device, just like your phone, iPad, or update. And then it's also
So did you want us to be?
well, we've always had Microsoft, we've always had Word and PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Myself, but, when Google created the Google Apps for Education, they were like the leaders, I was doing it for students. So they jumped out ahead of what was going on with Microsoft. Microsoft had products that were all based on the computer. And so then they came out with some cloud-based stuff with Office 365,
Yeah.
but it's right behind the Google stuff.
Wait a minute.
When Google was available, we went ahead and.
Did you use that?
Now that
bullet points?
Microsoft has their products.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, so you want always, the bullet points automatically separate them out, and that's what.
Everybody
Yeah.
needs to kind of make a decision on which one they want to do. So, you know, a lot of it is one little word edit, and you don't have to do everything else.
It's free.
Microsoft can do that, but what I like about it is since emails to it, so like important emails, it's like you just like send it to your notes, you've got them stored in there.
There we go. Now I got it.
For example.
And this was monolith-based.
Well, it like stores in the cloud, but you can access it.
Yeah.
So like this is.
That's
embedded
Yeah, I just wanted to
email.
see it, I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah, because that's what it reads the bullet points, so it knows which lines to push on.
So I got this email and there's a button at the top
Right, so I also wanted to introduce you all to, and I know everybody's from a different area in the district, so I wanted to show you some just different things that you can use not only in the classroom, but you can use in your office department, or I like using a lot of these things with my younger nieces and nephews. I mean, I know the holiday seasons are coming up, and if you have people coming over, you can show them these things. One of them, it's under my new Google stuff because these are the brand new things that Google's come out with. There's one called Google Tour Builder. And so it uses Google Earth for you to actually create a timeline or a tour of where you're going or what's going to happen or where Santa Claus is going to be delivering stuff. And so you can view a tour, see what other people have made to kind of see what they are about. But notice they use Google Earth as their background, and they use little pins that tell you about their journey. And each pin, notice, brings up images that they've put in and a little blurb about what is everything at each pin. So if you are in the classroom and you do have projects, this is a great thing to do for a timeline, or if you're for social studies battles, what happened at that battle, who was the general at that battle. It's a great way to turn a report into a living project so the kids aren't just bogged down thinking it's a paper writing type of thing. It's great for science to pinpoint where all the different discoveries were made for very specific features. So Tour Builder is something I always show to teachers because it just came out. And it's a great way to present information in a different light. And once again, that's just tourbuilder.google.com to go there. And notice it's with google.com. Tourbuilder with google.com. And it is in beta. So it's not like completely bug free, but I've used it for a lot of stuff and I have not seen any glitches in it. So it works pretty well. Another one I wanted to show you, even if you don't use this in the class, it's just great for you, is Google Cultural Institute. So what Google has done, you know how Google goes around the neighborhoods and has the little Google car with the little thing and it takes pictures, you have the street view? They've done this to all the museums as well. And so you can take tours of all the museums that they've done this to and actually get up and close with all of the artifacts. So you can actually zoom in and see the brushstrokes of different artists and see the different ways that they've made the thing. So, and they've done it for a lot of the wonders of the world and historical monuments, but it's pretty neat. Because you can actually go here and just like in Street View, you can walk just like you were a tourist all the way through without ever actually leaving.
So I could walk on the Great Wall of China.
Absolutely.
And how do you get there?
So this is Google Cultural Institute. So to get here, let me go back. It's just google.com forward. What's that?
Sorry, where are we typing this?
Oh, in the URL. Up at the very top, in the address bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the address bar. It's just google.com/cultural institute and hit enter and it'll take you to the homepage. And there's the wonders of the world, there's the historical moments, and then there's the art project. So it takes you to all the different art museums around the world that they've done as well.
Can you put all those in your Google Classroom?
You could put the links into Google Classroom as well. And I think I know where you're going, virtual field trips.
Yeah.
There's a brand new website for Google as well called Google, here it is, Expeditions. And so what they use is Google Cardboard. So Google Cardboard is an app for all smartphones. It allows anybody anywhere to take a 360 panoramic picture of anything. And then you can upload them to Google's vast library. And what they did was at the beginning of the summer, they asked teachers, if you're going to somewhere of historical significance, please take as many pictures as you can. And we're going to create this expeditions program. And they've put these complete tours together for kids using smartphones and Google Cardboard, which I don't think I brought any, but they're $2 on Amazon. It looks like an old school Viewmaster, like somebody made in their garage, but you actually put the phone in there like you would the old Viewmaster circles, and you can walk around the entire place like you're actually there, just walking around. It does give you motion sickness if you're doing it for longer than 5 minutes at a time. But they have these tours that are coming around all the different states for any schools that want it. And I've already requested it for Clovis Unified, but they're stopping at Sacramento, skipping everything else, and then starting again in Bakersfield. So they're skipping the Central Valley completely. So I'm trying to see if we can put together a tour just for the Central Valley. They send me the materials and we put it together and we can kind of host our own. And so they're thinking about letting us do that. So I'm in the process of talking with them, but it's a really interesting thing. So Google Cardboard, if you've never done it, download the app on your phone. And then you can even do it without the cardboard. It's just not as cool up in your face. And so those are the kind of the side notes I just wanted to show you. And I'll throw those into our add-on shared thing with all the links that you'll need. I'll put them right in there.
How do you search for that kind of stuff? Like, how did you find that?
So I'm part of the Google Innovator Group.
Okay.
So there's about 1,000 of us worldwide, and as part of the group, we post into forums, our own specific forum, and we post the things that we found and how we use them in our classrooms and what other teachers have done. So I kind of get like the insider scoop of the new things that are popping out. And then I shoot it out to the rest of the TSAs, and then they shoot it out to the rest of their areas. But another great one, there is the Hour of Code coming up here pretty soon. If you do have schools with computers, or if you do have young nieces or nephews or grandkids or kids, it's great to get them involved with these things because it really helps the cognitive learning process, but it teaches them how to code computers with little tiny building blocks, kind of like virtual Legos. And so Google has one, it's called madewithcode.com, of little tiny projects to show them how to make sneakers that light up or to make just a whole bunch of different things. And you can just have your own little projects thing for your kids at home, or you can actually start a coding club at your school, and Google will send you all the materials, all of them. And you can start these kids on learning how to code. And it sets up everything already for you. All the projects are set up, like the Yeti. You can make him dance. Just by dragging and dropping these little tiny blocks. And you can see it brings the character up. You can change the character color. And it's all with code. And this is the new way that people are coding, isn't it? It's the block coding. And so it's just drag and drop. It's a lot of the if then. If I do this, then this does that. All right, so I'm going to let you decompress a little bit. I'm going to throw some of these into our shared folder so that you'll have an easy click to access them. And then I want to show you Google Forms. Google Forms is great for any and every department and any and every teacher. It's a lot of cool things that can be done in Google Forms. Oh, and I do want to show you this last one. It's called Ngram Viewer. It searches every book ever produced from 1800 to the year 2000 and correlates the words. So like up here, let's say I go to Hitler and then comma and then war. Hit search. It'll show the correlation between the use of the word Hitler in books and periodicals and the use of the word war in periodicals. And so you can see in the 40s, war and Hitler spiked at the same time. So you can start talking to the kids about why do you think when war spiked, the word Hitler spiked? Well, because of World War II. So you can start little conversations that way. Let's see what else. We can go down to we'll correlate together. Mix in. I didn't type very well. Am I spelling that wrong? I-N?
Or Kennedy, JFK, and the space exploration.
We go JFK space or Kennedy. There you go. Kennedy space. That's the Ngram Viewer. They stopped doing it because Google has a whole new correlation thing that they're using, but I find this one much easier to use. But it stops with periodicals in 2000. So it'd be older stuff they'd be searching for. Like you couldn't do like MP3s, DVDs, and Blu-ray and see. I tried that and nothing popped up but that's the Ngram Viewer. I'll put that into the
Track 8. I can give you one. I can give you old one.
All right. So I posted all those in our little add-on share towards the bottom. So if you ever wanted to see them, there's Cultural Institute, Tour Builder, Made with Code, and the Ngram Viewer. They're all there for your use whenever you want. Now, what I really want to show you is Google Forms. So has anybody ever been sent like a Survey Monkey or something like that where it asks you a question and you have multiple choice or free response? Google Forms does the same thing, but for free. Survey Monkey does it for free up to 10 questions. Google Forms does it for free up to you name it. So the way you get to it is under New. You click More, and it's the very first thing you should find under More. Google Forms, and you click on it. Now I have to check to see what yours says, because it says try new Google Forms. You do not want to try this one yet. Google Forms, the new one, I don't care for at the moment. But if it's already pushed you to the new one, then that's the one I want to show you. So I just want to see what. Yes, okay, so don't click on try new Google Forms if that's what it's showing you. Just leave it as the regular. So once again, to get there, you click on the new button. And then scroll down to more. And then click on Google Forms. It should be at the very top.
So I click OK.
Yeah.
It's going to ask you that all the time because we're placing it into a shared folder. And it's going to ask, are you sure you want to share this with the people that the shared folder is?
There you go.
So you're fine. You're good. You're
This
good.
is where it started on that page,
Good,
right
perfect.
page.
So you're all good. You're all good. We're going to pretend that we are having a Christmas party. Okay. So I'm going to type in for the name of this under untitled form at the very top. I'm going to click on it and it's going to ask me to rename the form, and I'm going to title it a Christmas party. I click OK. And first thing is we want to know the person's name that's going to attend. So I'm going to click name. Your question title. I'm just going to put name. Now, once again, notice I didn't type Christmas party here. I typed Christmas party there. It automatically titles the form, the name of your form. If you wanted to change it to something else, you're free to, but it just assumes if you title this Christmas party, that's probably what you want to title your form with. And then always the first thing I always want to do is name. Okay, right here, name. And then it's not going to be multiple choice because you're not going to give them a choice of their name. So where it says multiple choice, right here, I'm going to select text. And I'm going to make it a required question. Now, this is what the state test last year forgot to do. They forgot to click on required questions. So at the end, kids would skip questions and hit submit, and they'd be like, they didn't know they skipped 50 questions. And you couldn't go back and fix it. So now they changed it to where if the kids missed the question, it says you forgot to answer these questions. So that's what the required questions is about. And you're going to click done. And now notice, now have Christmas party and then the name. We want to do another one. I'm going to click add item. It defaults to multiple choice because that's the most common form question. And this one's going to be cookies. We want people to bring cookies. Okay? Cookies to bring. And under help text, I'm going to say select the type of cookie you can bring. So I'm going to do the first one to be chocolate chip. And all I do is hit enter and it brings me another option. Snickerdoodle. Favorite. Oatmeal raisin. I like oatmeal cranberry. And peanut butter. Once again, I'm not going to do required question because what if they can't bring one? And then I'm going to add another one. Drinks. Pick on a drink you can bring. We're going to do Coke. We're going to do punch. We're going to do rum. No. Eggnog. And once again, I'm not going to leave required question because if they can't bring it. And then now we're going to get into the main, the sides. You say, what sides can you bring? So mashed potatoes. Rice. Veggies. Mac and cheese. I haven't eaten today. Yams. And one more. Salad. And finally, main course. Turkey. Ham. And roast. All right, so here's the problem we would have with this Christmas party. If we sent this out, we would have people all clicking on chocolate chip. And then everybody brings chocolate chip. You're like, oh, I would have brought something else if I would have known everybody's bringing chocolate chip. Or drinks. Everybody brings punch. But you're like, I was really hoping eggnog or Coke. Or sides. Everybody chooses veggies. You're like, oh, that's it? We need something in here that could narrow it down or take away as people are selecting it. Some kind of choice eliminator, if you will. Well, guess what? There is under add-ons. Under add-ons, right up here, just like we did in Google Docs, there under get add-ons, there's the option for choice eliminator. As people select them, they go away. This is great for appointments as well. If you only have 5 slots for appointments, people go on, select, I want an appointment with you at 1 o'clock. So if somebody goes on, that 1 o'clock is gone now. They can't choose it. Or let's say that you have parent meetings. I only have these slots available. Well, a parent can't be double booked. So it's great to have these choice eliminators. I have a lot of people that run like the quarterback club and stuff, and they need parents to help out at the stadium at certain times. This helps narrow down to make sure they get all the parents at all the slots. So once we choose choice eliminator, look how easy it is to do this. It searches all of your questions right off to the side, and it asks cookies to bring. I want to eliminate the choices. If I just select eliminate choices, after chocolate chip is picked, it goes away. They can't choose it anymore. After oatmeal raisin is picked, it goes away. It'll just go away. But what if I like cookies and I want people to bring more than one? I can go in here where it says choice options, right up to the side, choice options. And it tells you, warning, this will take a little bit of while. So you never want to give this to somebody like everybody at once saying go, because it'll get bogged down, and then sometimes a choice won't erase in time. You want to at least have 1 minute between users. This is telling you if you choose this, it may make it be 1 minute and 15 seconds between users. Is that okay? And so look what I'm doing here. Right away, it's at 1. I'm going to change each one to 2 because I want there to be the option of 2 people bringing chocolate chip or 2 people to bring oatmeal raisin. 0 people to bring oatmeal raisin. I can, boom, save. Now cookies are set at 2 apiece. So one person goes on chocolate chip. Chocolate chip is still there for the next person. The next person chooses chocolate chip. Now it's gone because I selected 2. So now you're not going to have everybody bring in the same cookie because now that choice isn't even there. Going back down to the drinks. Same thing. This one I'm just going to leave it at, well, I'm going to go to 2 as well because, you know, you can always have a lot more Coke and eggnog and drinks. Save. And sides, you definitely just want one of each side. You don't want the same person bringing all salad. And then the same thing for the main course. Done. And so all I do is hit close. Whoops, I forgot to hit on. On, there we go. Make sure that all that was saved. Good. Now watch this. I am going to place this into Google Classroom, and I would like you to take our form for our Christmas party so you can see how this works. So this is what the live form looks like. I'm going to paste the link, Control-C, into our Google Classroom. I need to make it cute? Okay, I'll make it cute. You know, I have the most, people say I have the most boring forms ever because I just like getting them done. If you wanted to change them, you could change the theme, right? So you can come in here and you can change the theme to, it's not really Christmas right there, right? You can change the theme in the background. And you can add pretty much whatever you want as well. If you go up here, you can choose Disney princess theme if you wanted to. You can add your own pictures on there if you want. So you can just do a lot. You can see, you can customize right here. You can change the header and the title and you could go all out if you wanted to. I just go boring. That's just me. They say all the stuff you know and you have the most boring. Yep, most boring. So here we go. View form, Control-C. Now, with me putting it in the classroom, it's not going to give me the 1 minute option. So it might not work as well as I want it to, but I'm going to click on please fill out the form, give you the link.
If you don't have the Google Classroom, how do you send the form out to?
If you don't have the Google Classroom, what I used to do is I used to turn the form into a tiny URL. What that does is it takes the long URL of this form. Look how long that thing is, yeah. And it shortens it into something smaller. And so it would be, there's a website called tinyurl.com, and then you paste in the long URL and it'll shorten it. Okay. So they would just type in tiny. Email it to. And then I'd email it to the parents, or I'd send it out in the newsletter or something like that. Okay. But with Google Classroom, it's super easy. So you guys should all have the thing in Google Classroom now. And then it should say the little thing show right there. And then I can see all of your things coming in by clicking on view responses. And as you guys fill these in, I will start seeing this populate with what you're going to be bringing to the party. So I can see that me is bringing chocolate chips, Coke, rice, and turkey.
No.
No, that's fine.
December 17th. November 17th.
So as you can see, once again, it does take a little bit of time for the choice eliminator to actually run through and take away a choice. So you can see snickerdoodle, snickerdoodle, snickerdoodle. We didn't have enough time in between for it to erase that snickerdoodle.
How did you get from the invitation or the survey to the Excel form again?
So all I did, so here's my invitation. I clicked on this button right here. This is view response. Just show me the responses right there.
Right.
It'll automatically take me to that. Now watch, once it's all populated, I want to show you what's amazing with this. And it's at a glance, you'll see why this is so powerful. I can actually come in here and under form, click on show summary of responses. Now, I really don't need a summary because I can see here, okay, I'm going to have lots of snickerdoodles and chocolate chip and eggnog and yam yams and all that stuff. But, oh, and see, look, no more choices. You see that? Turkey's already been selected. Ham's already been selected. Roast beef's already been selected. There's no more choices. You can't choose anything. So he shows that it's eliminating. Under form, I click on show summary of responses and look what it does. It automatically creates a spreadsheet of what's being brought. That doesn't look right. It should have gave me a pie chart split up. I don't know why that's messing up. I'll have to take a look. But I have students, I show my students how to use this so they can get, at the very beginning of the year, we do our mini science project so they can collect data really quick. But they turn around and turn this into their birthday party invitation. And they'll send it out. They'll be like, what kind of music do you want? What kind of toppings on your pizza do you want? And they'll have a list of everything that their people want all ready to go. And it says on there, are you coming or are you not? And if they're coming, they get all the choices. And if it says I'm not coming, it ends the form right away. Thank you. And then they don't get to choose because they don't want them to not come and then choose all the worst things. So as soon as they hit click, no, I'm not coming, it'll say thank you. And then just end the form. So my kids are getting pretty savvy with using this on their own. Imagine you guys doing this on your, just normal stuff. Me and my wife use this all the time when we're planning Thanksgiving and Christmas. Tell us what you want. We're not going to guess. You know, send that. This is our Christmas list creator. What do you want? Here's your options. So, a lot of cool things. Now it is 6:26, and seriously, I could talk for another 6 hours. There's tons of stuff. We barely scratched the surface of what Google can do. And I mean, I could do session after session, and I do every Monday night, session after session. But if there's anything I did not cover that you came here today going, I wish you would cover this, please ask before you leave. I want you to leave with your cup filled. I want you to leave saying, I feel like after a long Monday, I came to this and I was worth it. So before you leave, please make sure you ask questions and feel comfortable. And everything that we did today has been recorded. So I will place the recording into the Google Classroom. So if you want to fast forward and replay it, everything that I showed on my screen was recorded. You guys weren't recorded. My voice and whatever was on my screen was recorded. So I'm going to go ahead and end the recording right now, and then I'll help individuals as we go around. So we click here, stop broadcast.